Say my name, say my name. Say my name, say my name. Welcome back to another edition of Her Love, His Peace. I am your unhinged uncle, the spoiler.
I am yummy. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome.
We are the voice of the boomer X generation. You don't know, well, now you know. We're here to complain and talk about love, life, and relationships as it relates to the modern time, leaving all the baggage behind. This is our weekly thoughts and conversations. We are sharing them with you. So, welcome into our world. Last conversation, we were talking about finding your gift, finding your purpose, that type of situation. Now, this is a story from a real person. This is their life. This is how they live. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm watching a YouTuber, and he is born and raised in Vegas. He says that at 16, 17-ish age, he started gambling,
Mm-hmm.
and he started to get a knack for gambling to the point to where he was like a student athlete or whatever, and he actually stopped playing the sport to gamble full time. That's how good he said he had become. Right?
Oh,
And he
okay.
said that he had a knack for picking winners. He started, studying the game of gaming. That is how he made his living. That is how he funded several businesses that he owns, and the fact that he still gambles today. Right? And he was an older male. My question is his ability to pick the numbers a gift?
Um,
And remember, it's all opinion based. You ain't gotta.
of course, of course. I'm trying to think. So he he picks when he picks the numbers, they're winning numbers, correct?
Yes. Well, his thing. So the basis of it is not like he's some miracle child, and every time he goes to place a bet, he wins. It's not that type of fantasy situation. He's consistent enough to make a living off of
And
his winnings. He's consistent enough to make a living. He's consistent enough to have made uh, what he says is a lot of money,
mm-hmm.
to the point to where it funded other businesses that he has.
I wouldn't say that was a gift because if you actually sit down and study and do the number game, you can pretty much, yeah,
So
get.
I would say then, in your list of things that you had are supposed to lead you to the gift, right? The
Uh-huh.
It wasn't the one power of perception or something like that.
So you had the perceiver, the server, the teacher, the encourager, the giver, the ruler, and showing mercy. I won't think he's a perceiver. His technique of getting the ability to get numbers is not in none of those. At least according to the way I understand the definition that's given, I would say no.
Off script of what you have learned
Okay.
or have been taught, right?
Okay. Right.
Just looking at it from uh, a point of view of, could this be a gift as a possibility? Not necessarily based off of what you learned, but
Based off what I've if we're not basing it off what I've learned, then yeah, I would say it could be a gift.
okay, you could
Yeah.
you could say it's probable, but not
Mm,
necessarily just based off of what you learned, but just how you're looking at it objectively. You're not
exactly.
using one piece of information as an overall um, judgment on the thing.
Correct. So yeah, if we were going by the ones that I've learned that has the definition, I would say no, it's not a gift. But
Mhm.
just as a overall, excluding what I've learned, I would say
Hmm.
yes, it's a gift because he has the ability to strategically figure out, and not saying that he hit the number all the time, but he has been a good percentage of winning. I would say, yeah, it's a gift to have the knowledge to do the mathematics or whatever to get the numbers. Do you think it's a gift
Oh yeah,
besides? Okay,
without a
okay.
doubt. I think that's a gift without a doubt. Um, there's clearly, and he describes the his journey of being amongst these men in, you know, gambling establishment out in Vegas and what,
Okay.
and he's in rooms with wise guys, mob people,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they're asking him for advice and and whatnot, and
Gotcha.
he didn't really realize the magnitude of people he was in the room with. He's just a kid, trying to win his bet. But it's
Mm,
clearly, to me, it stands out as a gift because he clearly saw something that other people didn't see,
mm-hmm.
right? And whether or
Right.
not he can describe that, sometimes you have a gift and you just don't know what you, right?
Yeah,
Um,
you have it
there's
and you don't
people,
know you actually got that gift. Sometimes you can have a gift and other people see the gift, but to you it's just, okay, I know how to do that. It's like,
right,
you know,
right.
you kind of downplay it, which is one thing we're learning too, that if you know you got a gift, don't downplay your gift. But
Yeah.
like with him, he just thought he had the ability and he may not have looked at it as a gift.
Well, I know plenty of people who have a keen sense of perception about
Mm-hmm.
things going on around them.
Mm-hmm.
And because they've been taught that those things are evil
Mm-hmm.
or, it's not taught here or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they've watched too many
Mm-hmm.
spooky movies, they truly miss out on harnessing that gift and really bringing it to light, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then there's a lot of people that miss out on it. And true enough, that's part of our culture too. That anything that can't be explained is evil. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the thing about it. That's prevalent in this culture that we
Mm-hmm.
live in. And I truly and true enough, that's the whole. If you think about it, the whole grind thing of building a life and building, a home and family, right,
Mm-hmm.
can take you really out of knowing what your gift is because you're so hyper focused over here. And like I said, I'm not knocking anybody.
Correct.
It's just that, things could be a lot different if you just kind of tune in a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing about it. Yeah, shoot, I'll be wishing I could see some shit. Give me that box phone on that one. Yeah, give me that
Right.
500 on that. I'll be all over it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I think it's a gift because I think he sees something or sensory wise feels something that other people don't feel.
Okay.
Especially when you can say it's a gift for me if you're saying that you funded everything you wanted to do in life by doing this and
Yeah.
tuning in to you, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and you no regrets on it. You have a great, life from it. Shit, that's a gift all day. And he did talk about, the learning curve of just learning, you know, keeping up with the different sports and learning which one's best for him and this, that, and the other. But he said that there were two prominent places that he gambled at,
Mm-hmm.
and at one point he had so many comps that he could have stayed in both of them over a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
Right,
That's good. Yeah, yeah,
right.
that's good.
And he said he was basically comping people dinners and comping people, like people he knew. Oh, you're celebrating your anniversary here, have a dinner on me. Or that, that he said that's how much he had,
Oh,
And,
wow.
and so I was like, nah, that's a gift. You see something or feel something that other people don't see,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or versus just like me would be just be gambling.
Taking a
Okay,
chance. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly that, you know. So that's why I believe it's a gift.
Okay. Well, like you say, if we excluding what the ones I've learned from the survey we took, but just in general in life, yeah, it's a gift.
There is a growing movement of people like myself who are getting back into physical media, going back to CDs, albums, tapes, and whatnot. And from what I've been reading, everybody has a little bit different reason, but streaming keeps going up, and
Yes.
now streaming is causing their old problems to come back. Streaming came about as a solution to the piracy thing, with old Napster, MP3s, people pirating movies and stuff.
Right.
Well, now that's coming back because streaming is doing exactly what the music industry did. They jacked the shit up so high to where people would rather just steal it than pay for it.
Right.
And because the cost of streaming keeps going up, they're getting up there with cable prices in some streaming setups.
Yes, they
A
are.
lot of people are going back to physical media. So the hunt now becomes, I used to have a large music collection.
Mm-hmm.
And so now starting that back over from scratch is going to look a lot different. So I'm going after choice music CDs, and then those are things that are like one hit wonder type things. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to be putting on just MP3 on MP3 players and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
The amazing thing is that all that stuff is still available,
It
um,
is.
and you just got to do a hunt down for it. So I guess I'm gonna start a series here of me doing some reviews of equipment and hunting down some choice CDs uh, and equipment and things like that. And the thing of it too is I'm not going to get outrageous with the equipment. It's going to be some low budget stuff because you know I don't I don't really need high end audio, especially with these bad ears I got. It ain't gonna make no difference no ways, right?
Right.
So so I'm just gonna be doing just regular working folks equipment, some stuff off of Amazon. I got a few pieces in and already, so but I'm gonna do a separate video of that. I might show some pictures in here of some stuff that I'm looking to do some future videos on. But the other thing that I realized about me and streaming music is really only a handful of music that I'm really looking for,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
The thing of it is I don't listen to much new music unless it does catch something on the radio or because I'm just not hunting music like I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't make sense, they come out, oh, we come out with another increase. Well, okay, you come out with another increase, you about to be a relic in a minute. I'm about to talk to you because again, was I only listen to certain choice CDs. The rest, it's whatever. So I'll rather go back to physical media. That way I can pull out the music that I want to listen to, which is only going to be in a certain segment. Versus, and people complain about the being fed what the AI feeds you in the
Mm.
in the music feed. I don't have that big of a problem with it,
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but for me and my age, I'm just like, I don't need to listen to a certain realm of music anyway. So it's time to get off this. Everybody, people pulling the plug and stuff like that. I'll take the free version and keep it moving with the commercials.
You said it's the hunt. So how deep into the hunt are you gonna go looking for the music you want?
And there's online sources you can get stuff from.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of apps that you can sign up for to kind of keep track of music that you're looking for. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start going through the thrift stores and secondhand stores and seeing what they have. I'm gonna start with the area around me, the area around you, and then I'll work it from there. I'll
Okay.
wait and see from there. So I got some time coming up where I'm gonna actually devote a video to the hunt and see what I score, making sure this thing don't get too wild.
Well, I guess that was kind of like where my question was going. It's like, how far into the hunt before you be like, okay, enough is enough. This hunt is getting ridiculous, so I'm gonna just stop.
I'll know when I get to that point because it'll probably be once I got the basics of the CDs that I'm looking for,
Yeah.
then it'll flow up from there. It'll be a choice piece or two here that I'm looking for. Um,
Oh,
some of the MP3 stuff, it'll be a matter of just buying it and storing it and stuff. So that's part of the hunt too. You
okay.
know.
So how will you reel me in from the hunt? Because you know me, you's like, hey, can you help me find this? It's like I'm like
Well,
that go-getter. Like I'm gonna keep searching until I find it. I have a hard time giving up on stuff.
well,
Like
on
when
your side of it, it'll just be more of a list of specific things.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
So if I
Okay.
can't find them here, and I decided that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put together a basic, specific list of stuff that I'm looking at, and then once I find that group, or if I, that's where you come in, and that's there'll be specific things because there'll be a lot of humbug stuff I come across and be like, yeah, okay, okay, they got two jams on this album. I'll go ahead and get it. That type of thing. There has to be with me some kind of knowledge base of there's a lot of jams on that album or something that I want from childhood or something other like that.
Understand.
The rest of the stuff that's one hit wonder type stuff, I'll just be downloading that and buying it and put it on the MP3 player and call it a day. You know. So the
Okay.
random mix will probably be on the MP3 player. The actual CDs I'm gonna listen to in a bulk, they'll be physical media.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
So
gonna
we
balance this thing out with money, room, and time.
okay. So
That's the
next,
balance of this thing: money, room, and time.
so
I
you
ain't gonna
putting
get
us
out.
together.
I'm not chasing high dollar value. Oh, I gotta have the first album of the first printing of the first whatever. I don't even want. Give me the $4 copy. you
I
know,
get it. I get it.
right? So I ain't looking for no high value stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just regular old off the used shelf, $2, $4, $8, whatever. Don't go through my phone.
I can agree with
No.
that. And that's my thing. I've always because I've had I've hear of people and I know of people that go through their significant other's phone. And to me, because I've been asked, should I go through their phone? No, you shouldn't go through their phone. Said because I was taught if you go look for something, you're gonna find it. So if you're gonna get his phone and go through his phone and you see something, you mad, and then you wanna be mad at him and start an argument, and he don't even realize what's going on because you done snuck and went through his phone. So my advice is don't go through his phone. Like me and you, we can leave our phones laying out anywhere because I'm not finna touch your phone. And I don't worry about you touching my phone. If you do, okay, that's fine. But it's like some people have stuff to hide and like, and it's not really some
What
stuff
brought
is,
about the topic?
I can't, is it something, was it a conversation I had at work or it was something I seen on TV? Right now, I can't really remember. I think it was something that happened at work. And I had someone complaining about they had went through their significant's phone and found something that they wasn't happy about.
The thing comes down to just trust issues all the way around. Uh,
Hmm.
the phone is people make a big thing out of the phone, but the bigger issue is there's a trust issue even without the phone. All right,
Yeah.
so that it's kind of one of those things they attack the things that surround the problem versus attacking the problem. The problem is
Hmm.
the trust issue. Problem ain't the phone, right?
Hmm.
Now, if you going through the phone, you're looking for something to back up what you already are perceiving is happening anyway.
Yeah.
So, but what people don't think about is the what are you gonna do if you find something? You never know what you're gonna find out, right?
Correct.
So,
Hmm.
if you're thinking this person is fucking around, right? When you
Right.
get to the part of confirming something, whatever
Yeah.
it is, right?
Yeah.
You know, people never think ahead of, well, if they're doing this, I'm out. It always turns into this war, of going back and denying it or confirming or whatever, and this, that, and the other. And that is that really what you want? You know,
Right.
and people say, yeah, yeah, I want to know, I want to know, I want to know. Okay? And then, you know, but again, it ain't the phone. It's it's the trust issue all the way around. So if
Yeah.
you're going that far with the thing, you don't, you just don't trust that person. If you don't trust that person, why you're well.
I agree. I agree with that because I feel like this. If you can't trust me, why are you with me? What is your reasoning behind being with me?
Yeah. And really, do you need to find something in that phone in order for you to get out of that relationship? Because you don't trust
No,
the person in the first place.
exactly. And it's like this. You don't need an excuse to get out of a relationship. If you don't want to be there no more, just leave. You don't have to be there.
Well, and two, the writing is there on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You don't trust that person.
Excuse me.
Period. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So even without going through the phone, do you really need any backing from anything in that phone
Right.
that's going to change you from where you are right now? You don't trust that motherfucker.
True.
So, so it's time
True.
to go. It's just time. You don't trust that motherfucker. It's time to go. You
Well,
know?
what do you think about people going into relationships that go into relationship without trusting them? I mean, you don't trust them off the bat. First, I want to say your first encounter. Say, for example, I can have a friend that's going into a relationship. She's dating this guy, and before they even really get into a relationship, she just come, oh, it's something about him. I don't trust him. But then you proceed to go into a relationship with him. My question is, why would you do that?
I don't know because it's obviously there's a red flag there. You don't
Yeah,
trust this person because there's some kind of red flag, right?
yeah,
You're setting yourself up,
yeah.
you know, because nine times out of ten, if you don't trust that person, okay, why do you trust? You don't trust that person,
Right,
right?
right,
And if you got cause for not trusting that person, again, you're setting yourself up,
right.
you know, because you
Yeah.
already know there's a red flag sitting there right in your face. You already know. And I get it. I get it. People ignore the red flags because they're emotionally trying to, you know, work this thing out. For whatever emotional reason they have, don't want to be alone, don't want to lose the person or whatever the fuck.
Right.
Don't ignore the red flags.
Exactly.
The whole thing is in the comments. You know, the comments were fucking legendary to me. For those that don't know, all right, if you're on Facebook, you got a Facebook account. I definitely want you to check out this cartoon because it ain't just me that's tripping on it. And while I'm here for the whole action of it all, it is a wild cartoon. It's
Yes.
from Astro World Animation. And what I'm going to do, I'm put a screenshot up of the, the the still image of the cartoon in some of the comments. Uh, Definitely go check. You think I'm unhinged?
They got you. They got you beat.
Right. So on the screen is a screenshot of the comment. Go on Facebook, check it out. I'm here for it all because I think it was just funny as fuck. And some people are going to disagree, but some reason it tickled me to death.
Let us know what you think about this
Yeah,
cartoon.
let us know what you think about
Oh man.
that cartoon.
Yeah, it took me back. And I didn't even read the comments. I just listened to you read them to me, and it's like, oh my. But yeah, that was a good 30-minute laugh, if not
Right,
longer.
exactly. This society preys on the average consumer's ignorance of money. It absolutely preys on your ignorance of money. And
Hmm.
most of us learn our money habits from our family's financial situation. A
Correct.
lot of times we learn those money habits from our parents if they were in the household or our grandparents or whatnot. Good,
Correct.
bad, or indifferent, we learn those money habits and usually we become those habits as an adult.
Hmm.
And I'm starting to I started putting this picture together and they were talking about uh, how young people, as we were talking before, can't afford X, Y, Z, and this, that, and the other, which I was thinking about. I was like, on the surface, that may not be a bad thing
Hmm.
because now the price of goods and services have gone so high to where those people who are next up to be the major consumers
Hmm.
won't be able to afford it. Will it be enough to cause the plummet of those goods and services to drop? And now those people that can't afford, hopefully, are forced into better money habits.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So while there may be a rough period of I get it, they can't afford X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to adjust to become better managers of money than previous generations,
Yeah.
simply because they won't have it like that.
Right.
At least that's my thought. That's my thought process. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. I'm just saying this as a theory.
Yeah. Well, like you say, everything has gone up in cost. It's hard for this generation to take care of themselves. Well, they can take care of themselves, but everything is so expensive. So it's like they do need the help from parents or grandparents or whoever they may lean on for assistance with day-to-day living. Um, and because everything is going up, you hope at some point, well, for me, I hope we end up with a better economy. And by that time, they have learned how to manage money better, that they will be in a better position than what we were. And going forward, they'll be able to teach their children how to manage money a lot better.
Definitely a different type of economy that's coming up.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
the because the way this is going is it's going to make it unaffordable for basic things that we now call basic things. Okay, as phone, car, house, those basic things where a lot of people are not going to be able to be in those markets to consume those items.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to that market?
Good question. That's a good question because if they can't afford the basics, telephone, what's going to happen with that type of business? Cars, shoot, us Gen X's can't even almost afford these new cars. It's like we have that, or at least I know I have that sense of mind. It's like, okay, do I want to go spend $80,000 on a vehicle, or do I want to go get a house? I'm gonna go get a house because it's like, I'll Uber, catch the bus, or do whatever as far as transportation. Ride a bike if I have to, compared to paying $80,000 for something. Somebody run into it and total it out. You still got to pay for it because insurance may not cover whatever balance you got left on that. So it's like, okay, you screwed right there. And with everything else you need in life, it's like that's you got to figure it out which way you want to go.
hmm hmm It's
And
going to be interesting.
right, and your income is not going up. Yeah, they're raising the wages of minimum wage, but where's the jobs? They say, oh, it's a ton of jobs, but is it that people don't want to work, or is it just really no jobs out there? They say it's jobs out there, but when you go apply for it, nobody ever calls you. So it's like, what really is it? You raise the minimum wage to give to who? Not everybody can work in McDonald's,
Well, those
but
wages are never going to keep pace with the price of goods and services. You know,
yeah,
anybody's, you know, working wages are not going to keep pace with that.
I don't know. I feel I have sympathy for this generation because it's hard for them. It's really hard for them.
Well, and
You
that, and
know,
that too. That's why I think we need to spend more time on money habits and learning the habit of money versus learning. We learn the habit of consumerism, and that habit of consumerism is the ignorance of money,
hmm
and that's what they take advantage of. So let me entertain y'all with my Jordan story. These are Jordan Spizikes. I finally got a pair of, they would call these hybrid Jordans. I, and I got them on sale because I refused to pay over $200 for a pair of damn Jordans. But So I went that route with the Spizikes. They're not OG Jordans, but they still Spizikes still have a story. So I'll buy a couple pair of Spizikes on sale. Probably was more into the hunt. I probably could get them cheaper, but I'm cool with about $120 for them, especially that color is. But here's my Jordan story, right? I had a pair of Jordan Future boots, the black ones,
Mm,
and I think I had like a Jordan short set. That's the only Jordan stuff that I had owned over the years. When Jordan became popular, I had what he wore as player exclusives, the airships. I had those.
okay.
So when his shoe dropped, he went from the airships to the Air Jordan 1. While we all thought they were cool because they weren't like all the other stuff. My generation is the generation that first got into leather tennis shoes and basketball, moving away from the canvas shoes, right?
Okay.
So we were always, you wore your basketball shoes during the season, and then after the season they became your sporting shoes.
Oh,
You didn't wear
okay.
them outside until after the season was over.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because you only had one pair of sneakers. And if you were fortunate enough to get a pair of leather sneakers, you was okay. So those days, it wasn't like it is now, where everybody had them. Only the ballers had leather sneakers. Myself,
Okay.
right? And so
Okay.
during the season, you wore your leather sneakers. You didn't wear them outside. This, that, and the other. After the season, where you were sporting with your jeans, outside, because the next season you will get another player, and that pair became now for sporting and playing on the playground. So that
Okay.
that was the rotation. But then leather shoes became more and more popular, and basketball shoes in particular made shoes casual,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So the problem of it was this with the Jordans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers was getting killed over Jordans. And I wasn't touching that with a 10-foot pole. Like I
I
said, I had
agree.
the inner ship. But as much as we wanted Jordans, right?
Okay.
People were getting robbed with Jordan, people were getting killed with Jordan, wasn't touching it, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
Nike even raised the price on them. And like I said, I'm talking way back when the Air Jordan 1 first came out, not the retros and all that other stuff. When he
Mm-hmm.
first splashed with them shoes, cats were getting yanked left and right. So we backed up off of them. So
Mm-hmm.
you fast forward to now, right? I still don't own Air Jordan ones or anything in the series. So that Spizike was the first pair of Jordans that that I got, just because again I like the unique color and the price is right. 200
Okay.
and something plus dollars, the price ain't right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it actually looked
The
like
price
the
ain't right.
Spizikes to match what she got on there.
Yeah, it could. It could. It could.
Even though I
If
know
I
you
was a
probably
matching
wouldn't.
person, I wouldn't
eh, Yeah,
have
but
to put some
you
pink
are.
on or something on. Right.
No, you're
Yeah.
you're gonna match those shoes if you're gonna wear them. I'm gonna work with you on that. We're not gonna just put that on with no gray jogging pants and as you would say, a pink t-shirt. No, that's not. We're not doing that. We're not. Those have to be color coordinated. I'm sorry. Yes, we'll work on
Right.
that.
To be continued. Y'all gonna see. I'm a learner. You gonna learn today.
We gonna color coordinate. Yeah, you gonna learn today.
You're gonna
If
learn
if
today.
I gotta be waiting to exhale and throw a match to it, you gonna learn today.
You're gonna
Get a
learn
whole
y'all
new
today.
wardrobe that's gonna match everything. I'm Yeah, we gonna exhale.
Mm-hmm. Exhale. Okay.
Yeah, hey, she exhale. And when I do it, it ain't even gonna be because I'm mad. It's just because I want you to color coordinate.
Coordinate. I'm on it. And I'm get it. Uh-huh.
You know, you could even do all black with it. That's fine. That's fine. But as you say, to be continued.
Break out my red Adidas jumpsuit.
You got one?
Now I'm about
Okay, that's cool. We could get matching ones because I got the red Adidas shell toes. So
yeah.
yeah,
And I'll have those shoes on.
that's fine. That's fine. I ain't even gonna argue with you because we both have on the same Adidas suit, so I wouldn't even care about your shoes.
So you gonna let me go out the house with a Nike shoe on that don't match?
Yep, just only because we have on the same outfit. Yep, I sure would.
No,
I you
I
take
can't fuck
small
with it now. I can't
you,
fuck with it now.
you take small victories where you can.
I can't fuck with it now. Nope. Nope. Shouldn't have told me that.
It's okay. I catch you slipping.
There's AI concerns as far as goes privacy goes. So there's a bunch of cats running around talking about the dangers of AI and whatnot. Um, and a few people that have come up missing talking about AI is nothing more than data mining. And it's
Okay.
basically taking data and taking people's data and you selling it back to them in some form, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Like I said, those people will come up missing. So uh, there's a big growing concern about the privacy of AI because I think what people are not getting when you upload information into it, and information can be in any form,
Mhm.
picture, music, name, likeness,
Mhm.
designs, how to, you know, when you upload that into an AI system, right? That AI is also going to use that system not only for your project, but in some ways to learn how to maneuver other users' information and projects also and influence that. So that's
Mhm.
why I titled the series We Are AI, but because you are truly help building and feeding this thing information, good or bad, right? You're
Mhm.
help this this tool learn human behavior.
Mhm.
So there's privacy concerns over how that data you're putting into it is used,
Mhm.
right? And that is a growing concern um, that I think that nobody's really going to get an answer to until something major happens.
Mhm.
But um, I don't think that the privacy concerns are going to be addressed without something negative happening to someone or to some entity that the AI has caused.
Mhm.
You know, so the moral to the story is if you have privacy concerns or concerns about where your images and data is using, then you might want to think twice about using AI.
AI makes it so enticing. They get you to do all these funny little things and stuff. So a lot of people fall into that AI stuff.
Well, it makes it they what they're doing is making it simple to use. That's the hook. In order for something to really catch on, it's got to be simple to use. That the average person, can make something come visually true.
Uh-huh.
So they're doing a good job at that, for sure.
Right.
So, like I said, balls to the walls with the AI. We are AI. Let's go.
I'm still protesting because every time I go to look something up, it's like, are you interested in going to AI mode? Nope. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to.
You are in AI mode.
You know,
You just haven't realized it yet.